everybody, and welcome back to the Gen Z Evolution. I'm Dr. Colleen Batchelder, Forbes and contributor and CEO of Intivity. And today, I've got a stat that's going to stop you cold in your tracks. Fewer than half of college students have ever heard of the terms skills-based hiring. That's not a guess. That's actually from NACE's 2026 student survey. Let that sink in. Companies have already changed how they hire, and most students right now don't even know that it happened. So today, we're closing that gap. I'm going to walk you through what a niche actually is, why AI is making them more value rather than less today, which ones are worth your time, especially right now, and exactly how to prove you have one before you ever walk into an interview ever again. So let's get to it. Let's start with a myth I hear constantly. People think communication and teamwork on a resume make them stand out. Here's the truth. They don't. Everyone writes this. All it is noise. Here's the hierarchy nobody explains to you. General skills like communication are on every single resume. Transferable skills like project management or content writing move between roles, so they're a step up. But niche skills are a different category entirely. A niche skill is narrow. It's tied to one or two specific tasks. It's not a personality trait, and it's automatically tied to your degree either. It's something you can point to and say, I can do this specifically. And here's why it works. Only a fraction of candidates can actually claim a real life niche skill. When a hiring manager is scanning 50 resumes that all say hardworking and team player, the one that names an actual specific capability is the one that actually gets a second look. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't AI make specific skills less important? I want to destroy that assumption right now because it's backwards. AI is absorbing the mundane, the repetitive, the general skills, which means what's left standing is judgment, creativity, and human ingenuity, the stuff that's genuinely really hard to automate. Here's the data backing that up. On Upwork, demand for AI-related skills grew 109% year over year. And when business leaders were asked what they pay more for, 45% said creativity and 47% innovation. Read between those numbers. Employers aren't paying for someone who can just operate a tool. They're paying for someone who knows where that tool belongs and, just as importantly, where it doesn't. That judgment call is the whole game right there. It's showing that you are someone who understands that differentiation. Now, there's an article I recently wrote for Forbes about those 20 niche skills that are the best right now. I'm not going to read you all 20. I'll add the link in the description. But I want to give you my top 5 that span industries and don't require a specialized degree. So no matter what field you're in, these can actually apply to you. Number 1, AI business strategy. Knowing where AI fits in a business and where it doesn't. Plenty of people know how to use the tools. They know how to use the software. Very few are selective about which ones actually are worth the investment. Number 2, data quality. The ability to judge whether a data set can be trusted is imperative. Someone still has to vouch for what the AI produces, and that person can be paid well. Number 3, content creation. Everyone can produce content right now. The niche skill is knowing what to say, how to say it, and why it matters to the person on the other end. Number 4, employee engagement and people management. This doesn't have to live in HR only. It's about keeping a team functioning well, and that shows up in every single department. And number 5, workplace language proficiency. Being bilingual and communicating clearly in the language of your field, this is huge, and it's especially in high demand in specific states like California, Texas, and even Washington. Notice what none of these require another degree. So how do you actually build one of these? You don't need another degree, but a certification can do it. A YouTube tutorial can do it. And realistically, Give yourself a few weeks to a few months to build real credibility. It doesn't happen overnight. But here's the part almost everyone skips. Employers want proof, not claims. Once you have that skill, you have to show it. Put it in your resume, put it in your cover letter, put it in your LinkedIn headline, all over. Put it on a t-shirt. And if you really want to separate yourself from the pile, put it on video. Here's something most people don't know. As of 2025, last year, content from professional Instagram accounts is actually visible on Google search. This means an educational reel from a professional account becomes searchable proof of your skill set. An employer can search your name and see the proof before you even step into the interview room. This is a massive and underused advantage that you should take. So here's your homework for this week. Pick one niche skill, just one, name it explicitly in your resume and your LinkedIn headline. Because remember, narrow beats broad every single time. That's it for today's episode of the Gen Z Evolution. I want you to head to thegenzevolution.com for more, and I so look forward to seeing you next time.